How's it going, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm gonna see how long it takes for a team of 50 overall high franchise players to win a Stanley Cup. This video is gonna take a ton of time to make, so please, if you end up liking it, please just leave a like on the video, comment anything. That's all I ask. It really helps out the channel, so yeah, if you could do that for me, that would be great. So as we can see, every single player here on the team is high franchise at a 50 overall. This took forever to make. Even on defense here, everybody's high franchise, and between the pipes also a high franchise goalie, number 35, he's 6'2". So this team is going to take forever to win a Stanley Cup, but I'm here to simulate through it. You guys are here to watch it, so without further ado, let's just jump straight into the simulation. So here we are at the end of the season, and the LA Kings, yes, I decided to use LA. I'm sorry, LA fans, but I promise you we'll get a Stanley Cup for you in this video. The LA Kings, they went 0-81 and won. We got 1 point in the season, which was honestly a massive shocker. I'm not sure who it was to, but we won. We had 0.65 goals for per game, 6.55 goals against per game. And honestly, just an abysmal year. Our penalty kill was kind of nice, though. 82%, better than the Edmonton Oilers. That's comical. And yeah, we won on the road, or we lost. We won. No, we lost in the shootout or overtime on the road. So we obviously finished last. Not that it does any good for me. I'm not using the picks. I'm not doing anything with the picks. I'm just purely simulating and making sure that this roster stays intact, signing all the guys to deals when that time comes. But yeah, for right now, we're not going anywhere anytime soon. And here we are looking at the individual stats. We are now 19 years old as a team, and our leading goal scorer, 12 goals, 6 assists, and 18 points. He's at a 53 overall. This guy's 54s here. I mean, yeah, most of the guys look like they're 53, 54, 56 overall. Who are you? You are a left winger. Okay, I'll make sure I have you on the first line next year. Yeah, so I'll go through all the lines and stuff on my own. Abysmal year, 18 points as our leading goal scorer. But as you can see, like, our leading goal scorer isn't even the highest overall on the team. It's pretty weird how EA does it. And between the pipes, we went 0-52 and 0 with an 881 save percentage and a 6.22 goals against average. 881 save percentage is honestly better than I was expecting. Over here, the second goalie, 0-31, and our backup got the overtime loss for us, 860 save percentage and a 7.05 goals against average. So I'll jump to preseason next year, I guess, and see what kind of growth we get. Okay, so here we are. This is what the team looks like for year 2. Everybody is 59 overall now. The boys are jumping up. Maybe we'll be able to get a few more wins on the season here. Back in the defense, also everybody 59. But the goalies, 65 and 64 respectively. That's what I love to see from the boys down there. So I'll jump back with you guys at the end of the season, but things are looking up for year 2. Okay, and here we are at the end of year 2, and the LA Kings won 6 games. We still haven't beaten the Washington Capitals record of 8 wins in the season, but I'm sure we'll get there. 70 losses and 6 overtime losses for a stunning 18 points on the year. We had a 0.99 goals for per game and only 4.13 goals against. The numbers are creeping in the right direction, an 82% penalty kill yet again. So we have a pretty decent penalty kill, all things considered. Like, you know, so hey man, the numbers suck. We're last in the league again, obviously, but let's look at the individual stats. So here we are looking at the stats. We have minus 100 still. We have 24 points per game is our biggest. Some 18s, some teens now. Okay, the team is scoring a little bit more. All these guys are growing up together. And between the pipes, 4 wins and 3 wins respectively. 9-10 save percentage. Are you kidding me? Wait, these goalies are actually going to work, bro. How are they doing so well? That makes no sense to me. But hey man, we'll take it. A 9-10 save percentage, a 4.21 goals against average, and a 9-18 save percentage with a 3.70 goals against average. So the goalies are playing great. We just need that offense to come through, which I'm sure it will. And yeah, so let's get to the start of year 3. Okay, so here we are at the start of year 3, and the team is kind of coming along a little bit. We have 70 overalls on our first line, and then our second line, 69, 69s, and then some lower 60s down here. On the defensive side, we have 170, then we have 69s all around basically, except for that 63. And between the pipes, we have an NHL caliber goaltender, kind of a little bit, a 78 overall goalie with our high franchise there. And he's a minor starting goalie, but a 78 can, be a backup in the NHL, in my opinion. And then we have a 73 right there from our other one. So, this team, maybe it'll get 10 wins, maybe 10 wins, 12 wins, 20 wins if we're lucky. I don't think 20 wins, but maybe in that 10 mark. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's find out how they do. Okay, so here we are at the end of Season 3, and I was really wrong. This team took a massive dip in their production here, only with 3 wins, 75 losses, and 4 overtime losses. We had less wins than we did last year, but all of our overalls grew. How does that work? I have no idea. Our goals for per game increased, 1.10, but our goals against per game also increased at 4.30. Our penalty kill is still at 82%, and our power play, abysmal 5.3. Yeah, obviously some horrible numbers here, but I'm getting a little bit worried that maybe we won't win a cup because production will start to drop off in, like, when they reach that 25, 26 year. They're still only 20, we still have, like, 8 more years of growth. Or, not 8, but, like, 5 or 6 more years of growth, probably. But let's look at their individual stats. Here we go. Our first 30-point season comes from our centerman sniper, our first line center right here with 31 points and 19 goals. Love to see that. Then we have 26 points, 23 points. Our defenseman here with 21 points. Great to see. And yeah, all these guys hanging around at the bottom here. Goalies wise, our starter, both goalies had worse numbers than in year 2, even though their overalls grew drastically. But let's see. So an 80 overall goalie now, he went 354 and 4 with 903 save percentage and 4.26 goals against average. And oh, look at that. He stayed at 73 overall and his potential actually dropped. I forgot your potential can drop. So that's a bit concerning there. His potential drops from high franchise to medium franchise. He has 23 losses on the year and a 905 save percentage with a 4.17 GAA. So, this is getting a bit nerve-wracking, but let's jump to year number 4. So here are what the lines are looking like for year number 3. Everybody is about 70 overall, with the exception of this guy here, only at 68. But no big deal there. 74s basically all around here. All the defense at 74, other than that 168. And the goalies 82 and 78. So we're looking really good. The team is looking, like it's progressing a lot. I'm just looking here to see if anybody has lost potential. Everybody high franchise there. One medium franchise on the D. And other than that, everybody else is high franchise. So we still have our high franchise tags. We're 21 years old. We are 74-ish overall if you had to average it out. Let's see if we can't get 10 wins on the season. The same goal as I had for last year. We only had 3 last year. Let's see if we can beat that at least. Okay, so here we are at the end of year 3, and the Los Angeles Kings have stepped it up with 16 wins, 61 losses, yes, that is stepping it up, and 5 overtime losses. We had 1.56 goals for per game, continuing to increase, and 3.66 goals against, which went down. That's what we love to see, a 10% power play. Oh no, we're still worst in our division, and a 88% penalty kill. So we're obviously going to be the worst team in the league. Yes, we are 32nd in the league, but these are low-key encouraging numbers, kind of. Like, we went from 3 wins to 16, so that's a plus in the right direction. Our guys are going to grow over the off season. Maybe we'll have some 80s in there, but let's look at the individual stats. Okay, so last year we had our first 30-point season, and this year we have our first 40 from 2 players here. 27 goals from our first line center, right? Yeah, he is an absolute monster with 2-star shooting. Love to see that. But yeah, man, the team is looking quite dire. A minus 68 is the lowest on the team, I think. Yes, it is. Improvements from minus 100s as they were before. And between the pipes, the goalies, they're playing as well as they can. They're trying to steal us as many games as possible. 12, 41, and 3. Honestly, not bad. 2 shutouts. 12 of his 2 wins were shutouts. Love to see that. A 905 save percentage and a 3.75 goals against. For our backup here, 4, 20, and 2 with a 916 save percentage and a 3.15 goals against. So the numbers for everybody are improving. 40 points, 20 points. We have some guys here, 11 goals here. Yeah, everybody's doing better. So let's see if we can continue the progress and come back maybe as a 20 to 30 win team for year number 4. Okay, so here we are at the start of year number 4, and the Los Angeles Kings are looking to make some noise this season. I'm hoping that maybe we can get a 20 to 30, maybe? No, probably not 40, but maybe a 30 win season, a 20 win season, something like that. The team is looking great, 79s and 80s, pretty much across the board. We have this guy down here who's only a 73 overall, 74 overall up here, but hey, defense is looking like this, 79s and 80 basically everywhere. And goalies, an 87 overall goaltender. Hopefully he can steal us some games, because we're going to need it. And if we ever make the playoffs, he's going to be a massive role in that, I'm sure. Let's jump to the end of the season. So here we are, a massive year of growth here in year number 4, I believe, with a record of 33 wins, 43 losses, and 6 overtime losses, identical to that of the San Jose Sharks record. They just beat us in the tiebreaker. We had 2.44 goals per game and 3.30 goals against. Our power play at 11% and our penalty kill at 84%. So a great penalty kill, as we're known for here in LA. And in the entire league, we finished 4th last place. So a massive increase there. We're not even in the top, well, I guess we are in the top 5 for the lottery, but hey, a great season from the guys. Let's check out the individual stats. So here we are with 4 50-point men right here. Joe NHL 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our 4 are getting it done out here. We have 2 20 goal scorers, and nobody is a plus. Oh, but we have an even player here. He's our sniper, probably on that second or third line, is an even player. So you love to see that. The boys are buzzing. We are getting to be a really, really good team, and hopefully we'll be able to push for the playoff spot next year. In the goalie department, our starting goaltender, who's an 89 overall high franchise now, is 29 wins, 29 losses, so an NHL 500 and 4 overtime losses with 2 shutouts, a 908 save percentage, and a 2.99 goals against average. His backup goalie here, he's really separating himself from the backup goalie, who only had 4 wins, 15 losses, and 2 overtime losses with a shutout and an 888 save percentage and a 3.86 goals against average. So I'm really looking forward to next year. I think it could be a breakout year and hopefully a playoff run. So here is the team for the start of year number 5. Now is when the overalls and stuff, they've reached NHL level here. As we can see, the starting the top 6 is looking pretty decent, all things considered. The defense is all right. It's, it's passable by NHL standard. And the goaltending is where we shine, a 91 and an 86 overall goaltender, respectively. I think this could be a playoff team if all things go right. I think this could definitely be a playoff team. But I guess we'll find out at the end of the season. Okay, so here we are once again. This is the end of year number 5. The Los Angeles Kings had a bit of a disappointing year, in my opinion. We were not able to make it into the playoffs, but we had a better season than last year, technically. We had 36 wins on the year, 41 losses, and 5 overtime losses. Our goals for per game is continuing to go up with 2.46, and our goals against only at a 2.84, so our goaltending stats really coming through there. Our power play percent creeps up to 12.5%, and our penalty kill is at an 84%. In the entire league, that's good for 29th place, which is the same position that we were before, I'm pretty sure, last year in year 4. So not a big increase in production from the guys, but let's look at their individual stats. Okay, so here we are at the individual stats. A bit of a drop off from the average person here. This guy here, the power forward, a 89 overall power forward with 61 points and 27 goals. Great to see that. Down here, 24 goals. We have 50 points, 47 points, 41 points, 24 goals for 36 points. Yeah, so, you know, the guys, they're working hard. They're doing their best. They got to go to the off-season training camp and try to get some stuff done down there. But the goalies, 27, 33, and 5 for 2 shutouts and a 912 save percentage. And the backup goalie, 9, 9, and 0 with 2 shutouts for a 900 save percentage. So let's jump to year number 6 and see if we can get a better result than this. It's just a matter of time now before our team can become a playoff one. Okay, boys, here we are at the start of year 6, and the LA Kings are looking much better than before. I have faith that we can finally make a playoff push. We're 24 years old as a team, so we don't have much growth left in us, but I'm hoping we can get some 90 overalls in here. This looks like a good team. It looks like a playoff team, to be honest. Pretty handily a playoff team, but we'll see if we can make any noise in the playoffs. I've seen worse teams. I've seen better teams. I've seen, you know, I haven't seen teams quite like this win cups before. So this will be interesting, I think. See if I can't get a little bit better chemistry over here. Yeah, +2 there now. But yeah, you know, I'll mess around with this a little. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But so this is what the defense is looking like. And between the pipes here, we have a 94 and an 88 overall goalie. So I have faith that this team can make the playoffs, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, here we are at the end of year number 6, and your Los Angeles Kings have made it into the postseason. And not only that, but we've clinched the divisional title for the first time in this simulation. We went 47, 30, and 5. We had a winning record. Goals for per game of 2.94. Goals against per game of 2.57. Our power play is still not great at 14%, but our penalty kill is up at 89%. So finally we get a good simulation. That is good enough to put us 10th in the entire league. The poor Washington Capitals here got bullied out of the playoffs because of the weird playoff rankings and stuff, but we had 47 wins on the season, so I'm not complaining. Looking at our individual stats, we had our highest goal scorer of 38 goals, but also had the most points at 68. He was a +27 on the year, only 32 penalty minutes. Love to see that. 338 shots. Holy smokes, this guy's a shooter. Down here, 58 points, 44, 42, 42, 40, and the rest of the gang is down here. Between the pipes now, our 94 overall goaltender played like it. He had a 38, 21, and 2 record with only 4 shutouts. Not great, but that's okay. A 919 save percentage and a 2.3 goals against average. Now our backup goalie, who's an 88 overall, keep in mind, had a 10, 10, and 3 record, basically a losing record. Only 2 shutouts and an 889 save percentage with 3.15. I'm not going to get too hung up on it because we are in the playoffs, so let's see what we can do. And once the playoffs are all said and done, the LA Kings lose in 5 games to the Arizona Coyotes, who go on to lose in the Stanley Cup final to the Tampa Bay Lightning. So congrats to Tampa Bay, but we have 1 more year of growth, maybe 2 more years of growth, but I'll see you guys at the start of year number 7. Okay, here we are at the start of year number 7, and this team I think has a shot to win it. We had great growth over the off season. We have 91s down the left side. We have a great center core, 89, 90, 89. We have good right wingers also. I mean, nobody's below an 85 in the offensive side, right? So, I mean, that's bound to be a playoff team at least. Then in the defense, we have 91s across the board other than an 89 and an 84. I mean, if this team can't win the cup, I don't know what can. We have a 94 overall goalie and an 88 overall goalie. I mean, we have to be able to make it further than the first round at least. I'll see you guys at the end of this season, though. Okay, here we are at the end of year number 9, and your Los Angeles Kings finished the season with 52 wins, 26 losses, and 4 overtime losses. We have 3 goals for per game, and only 2.15 goals against per game. Probably one of the best defensive teams in the NHL. 18.5 power play percentage, and an 86.5% penalty kill. Great to see numbers like that, man. In the entire league, that's good for 5th place, as that's an increase of 5 places, I think, because we finished 10th last year. So a big increase in our performance, and I'm praying that this is the year that we can win a Stanley Cup, as 50 overalls to start, and now we're like in the 90s, man. We had a great season. Let's check our individual stats. Okay, so here we are at the individual stats screen, and what I noticed when you have a really amazing team is that you don't really get point per game players in this game. Like, you can, obviously, but a lot of the times it's scoring by committee, and this is another case of that. 69 points is the most, and we're the 5th best team in the NHL. When has that happened? Like when has there ever been a player, like a team that's scored like with so much depth that they don't have a point per game player and they're 5th in the entire league? I'm not sure. Let me know, but I mean, there's not really much point in going through all the stats. We're all 26 years old, so we have we still have 1 more year of growth in us. Okay. But for the most part, we're not going to grow too much more. Defense looks like this. 48 points is the most. And goalies, 47, 21, and 3 with amazing numbers. 10 shutouts, a 923 save percentage, and a 2.09 goals against average. Our backup goalie, 5, 6, and 2 with no shutouts, but a 925 save percentage and 2.04 goals against per game. So incredible numbers there from our goaltenders, and I can only hope that they can carry us through a playoff run, and maybe we can win a Stanley Cup. And in year number 7, the Los Angeles Kings have won the Stanley Cup Finals, ladies and gentlemen. So we started on this road 7 years ago with 50 overall players. Everybody was a high franchise. And now let's see where we are now that we finished. So here we are looking at the individual player stats right here. A point per game from this man, Joe NHL. I think he was our first line center, to be honest. But, I mean, it's kind of impossible to tell. 25 points in 25 games. He's an 89 overall. Down here, a 91, a 90, a 90, a 91. And I'm just going to fly through these overalls right here so you guys can see what kind of production you're going to get from, you know, high franchise players. Not that you'll ever really draft them in franchise mode, but in between the pipes, 25 games played, 16 wins, 8 losses, an overtime loss, a 909 save percentage. Not great, but you know, we got the job done, and a 2.34 goals against average. So if you like this video, please leave a like. It took me forever to simulate through this, multiple days of simulation to simulate through this. Now I've got to go and edit it all, so please leave a like. Comment anything you'd like for me to do in the future. I am definitely looking forward to doing more simulations like this because they're a ton of fun to make. So yeah, leave a like. Comment any other suggestions you have for me on the channel, but that's it for me today, guys. Have a good day.